Yeah, it's funny because I've been recommended like, I would say not like a similar genre of YouTube videos, but just like in the opposite sense, which is just YouTubers who just climb really high places.
The urban climbers.
Like,
I kind of get that. I don't know why.
I don't.
I don't like similarly how watching these cave divers you get like claustrophobic. I get vertigo watching these people just climb really high places.
I also have a fear of heights, so just watching it.
I can understand that because I'm like, all right, one, you know, normally climbing is like, you know, arguably climbing a tall skyscraper is probably safer than going down a cave that's unexplored.
I mean, there's a difference between the feeling of being trapped and just, you know, falling from a very high place. I can see why you get that sense of freedom, which is exactly the opposite.
Yeah,
of
that's what
I can
understand that, and you know, you get the view, and it's pretty cool. I kind of get it, even though I know it's insane.
Not gonna lie. Either way, finna pass on.
Because I got recommended this video, and the title of this video was reflecting on the day I almost died. And I'm just like, oh man, this is it's getting a bit too real here. And it's just this guy who is climbing up this really tall building in Hong Kong, right? And it's just like this POV shot, and it's just him doing commentary over it.
Right.
And so he climbs up this really tall building in the middle of like kind of like dawn, so before the sun rises. Right. And by the time he gets to the top, the sun starts rising. And so you have this really tall skyscraper, and on top of this skyscraper, there's just like this really rickety scaffolding that goes like off like another mile or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so he starts climbing up this when it's like dark, and then by the time he gets to the top, the sun has risen and he can see the view. And then it starts raining.
Oh no!
And he's up there by himself, and in the commentary, he says that I had two choices. Either I could wait up there, wait out the rain, and just kind of risk someone would see me and getting a rescue attempt, and I'd probably get arrested. Or I could just attempt to climb down, even though I would be more likely to slip off and die. So of course, he decides to climb down. like getting arrested and being rescued.
This is literally the horror movie Split Up or Stay Together.
That's what I'm saying, right? These people make the decisions to do what we see as like the dumber decision.
Well, I feel like if you're the type of person who's going to climb up a skyscraper, you're going to be the type of guy who climbs down a skyscraper.
I mean, I guess in his head he was like, either way, I have to climb down, so I might as well just do it now.
I think there also is a fair amount of people who would rather die than be arrested.
Maybe.
I think there is. I genuinely believe there's a section of people who are like, I don't want a criminal record so bad, I'd rather not exist.
I'm going to die here before I turn into a villain.
I think there's people who would rather take that risk, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Because in some countries, especially, man, you get that shit, your life's ruined. You know.
True.
Yeah.
America. I'm kidding. No, most developed countries, big sad.
Yeah, I mean, like it's. I find it interesting to watch people go through this stuff, but yeah, I mean, I could never do it myself. I think the most I would want to do is skydive and maybe bungee jump, but the more I hear about bungee jumping, the less I want to go through it.
For me, bungee jumping is a hard pass.
I think because bungee jumping, it very much depends on where you're doing it and what company you're doing it with. Or is it some dude and his mate with a truck and a bungee?
Are you in a country with health and safety regulations?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest thing I think about.
I hear people like doing it in like places where I'm like, I don't think you should be bungee jumping.
I've seen and heard more bungee jumping accidents happen than skydiving accidents. So just like weighing out the ratio, I find that skydiving might be slightly better.
Also, people bungee jump over like water more often than not, and you don't want to slap that water.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah, bye skin.
Water fucking hurts when you slap it at that stage. Yeah. That speed, sorry.
I mean, it hurts when you like belly flop from like 2 meters up. Yeah. let alone like 30 meters.